What a great way to start, everybody. That was Ocelot saying no. Shoutouts to Ocelot.
Yeah.
This is the Learn Dota 2 League, Season 12. I'm Anani, Ocelot saying no, and here's Randy. Say hello, Randy.
Hey.
This is Game 2 of Week 2. I mean, it's Game 2 in the sense it's the second game we're doing, and it's Game 2 of a series in Week 2. Between Rosh Ryders and Tupac. Last time, Tupac came in with a great strategy, a great teamfight strategy, and Rosh Ryders came in with an even better counterpick strategy and counterplay strategy, and they won it out. This time, let's see what happens.
Dark Willow Ban? Is what
Dark
I'm
Willow
expecting.
Ban.
Radiant team.
I think
No,
it's
if
a
you're gonna
punch ban.
respect ban someone, that's the one. It's the greatest opportunity for respect ban, maybe.
The two respects there are definitely Willow and Pudge. I think Pudge had a disproportionately large influence on the game as well. Just a lot of hooks, and the threat of the hook always omnipresent.
The
That
two
Techie's first
premier
ban against
bands.
Rosh Ryders is pretty classic.
I love sequels.
Somebody definitely... I don't know who it is that loves playing Techies so much on Rosh Ryders. Presumably pvcpipe. I think he was on a team last year called To Kill a Techie's Mind. So that would certainly imply that. Got the respect ban.
There is a Willow Ban.
And now we wait. Who's coming out first? They're gonna pick first pick Pudge again. It seems like Rosh Ryders have been doing that every time the option has been available, notably.
I sort of doubt it, but you know what I'm actually kind of predicting? It's odd, but I almost expect to see a, I got this strange premonition we're going to see something like a Vengeful Spirit pick or something, because it's an unorthodox hero, but I'd be surprised how well she pairs with certain combos.
It's an unorthodox hero, but what is Rosh Ryders if not the unorthodox team of this league? I tell you,
I think they play Mirana in almost every game, so it's one constant.
Two interesting future mashups to see would definitely be, I want to see Rosh Ryders take on the Backdoor Boys, and I want to see Tupac take on or Panic at the Rosh Pit, or combinations thereof. And I want to see Tupac taking on Radiant Straits, because those are 4 teams, 5 really with Panic as well in the first set, that have a very similar sort of play style with this game, similar sort of pick style, comp style, so on. You know, Rosh Ryders coming in with a more unorthodox strategies, thinking more about the other team and trying to counterplay them than really their own game. Sometimes to their detriment, sometimes to their success. Tupac coming in with their historical focus on that 1 and 2, trying to make absolute sure that 1 and 2 get as much farm and do as much damage as possible, while the rest of the pack is basically just there to support those two, and really little else. Be interesting to see. Anyway, we got first pick Mirana, we got first pick Jakiro, we got Centaur Warrunner in the first set. It's very ballsy.
Quick Centaur.
Mm-hmm. There are cures for the Centaur ill in the pool, definitely. See if Rosh Ryder goes for that, or they let the Stampede go, let the Stampedes reign over the wilds.
5 seconds remaining.
Definitely see.
I will also say Centaur is one of the heroes in the pool, who is countered a little bit by specific items quite heavily. If you've got Atos or God forbid Gleipnir, it doesn't matter how fast you're running if you're just running in place.
Well, if you're picking a 3 in your first phase and you're thinking of a support who's, you know, more risky to pick in first phase, who could get countered easily.
Right. That'll be more interesting, though. I do think you can never sleep on the Centaur ult. Speaking of sleeping on the Centaur ult, Witch Doctor is a decent hero at doing that. Doesn't matter how fast you're going if you got a coconut just bonking everybody on the way out. Witch Doctor always just puts a question mark on everything you do, it feels like, on the other side. It always makes makes you a little bit less confident to do much of anything, really.
And you have to position really carefully in lane or you just die.
Right. Very strong lane hero. Viper going down from the Rosh Ryders. You just don't want to see that guy. Must be a known Viper player on Tupac. I believe the last set of people were also very consistently banning Viper against him. I could be wrong about that. I do have Alzheimer's. I can't even remember if Ocelot's here today or not.
Yeah.
I am.
Who are you again?
I'm you.
Oh, we're here with a
but Centaur
91-200.
Warrunner.
Oh, we're here with a 91-200 with Centaur Warrunner. What's going on,
Dire
Anani?
team ban.
Something about the belt of Omex.
The what?
Radiant team.
He's not an
ban.
Invoker Storm, man.
PL on one side, Invoker and Storm Spirit on the other. We got a few interesting
People
setups
don't
here.
like those mids.
Tupac looking at mids. Rosh Ryders looking at pause ones. It seems perhaps.
Check
Witch
Using
Doctor second. Witch Doctor second pick is a little something I wouldn't think.
5
Is that a little
seconds
daring? Like, there's like a whole flowchart of heroes that can counter Witch Doctor directly and indirectly.
Right, I think the biggest thing they're doing there with picking the Witch Doctor here, Tupac has left a support left for themselves in the pool, and they could potentially draft themselves a little counter to
Dire
Witch here
team ban.
without losing carry potential doing so. Spectre
Yeah,
going down as well.
I gotta say, with Witch Doctor,
Dire team pick.
I still really want to see the legendary Witch Doctor Terrorblade pick, where
Right.
Witch Doctor, Terrorblade, they both go safe lane. Good old WD maxes Maledict. Terrorblade gets his levels boosted to 6. The second someone turns purple from Witch
10
Doctor Z,
seconds remaining.
gets hit instantly with Hell Swap, bam, dead in one cast.
5 seconds remaining.
I don't think it counts as damage, but yeah, it could.
No, Randy, you're incorrect. It doesn't care about damage.
Radiant team
It cares about the difference in health.
Silencer. That would be your support that you don't generally want to pick in first phase.
Also, Silencer is probably the ultimate cure for Centaur Warrunner, so picking him for your lineup knocks out that
10 seconds
strategy.
remaining.
There's also a cure for Witch Doctor.
Yeah,
Sure is.
that's one of the direct and indirect counters to Witch Doctor right there. The man himself.
Kind of came to what we were predicting there with, you know, they still had a pick to drop for Witch Doctor. Also really messes up Mirana as well. Silencers are a good pick for this station. And now Rosh Ryders having to pull out a little bit, trying to think, like, what are we doing now?
I'm almost expecting something like Zeus, to be honest. Between Silencer, Jakiro, and Centaur, they got some pretty beefy guys that... Ooh, Tusk, okay.
Alright.
If I remember correctly, I think Tusk can actually... I might be wrong, but I believe Tusk can dodge Silencer's ult
Yes,
if he's in Snowball.
you can.
Yep, and I believe anybody else in there is also dodging
10
Silencer's
seconds
ult as
remaining.
well.
Of course, it's very niche. And
Yeah, it's very
like,
niche. You
double
got to
weapons.
time it really well, or Silencer has to time things quite poorly. But that does definitely fit with the Rosh Ryders mentality. They saw a problem. They took the most sort of oblique, obtuse response to it, and it's going to be hard for
Yep.
Tupac to counter that. It's going to be hard to play around that if Tusk is good and knows what he's doing. And Tusk, if it's Ghoul did really well last match, and I feel like if there's anybody I could see who could kind of play in that role, I do think it's him. Got the right mentality for it.
Dire team pick.
Oh, Tusk mid? Is that what we're looking at?
Ooh, I just realized the
Okay.
dirty combo they could do. Mirana goes in with Invis, and Witch Doctor throws his coconut, keeps everyone busy.
10
Tusk,
seconds
Sand gets his ult, and right as it finishes, Tusk snowballs in with the
5
epicenter.
seconds remaining.
Yeah, that's nasty. It's a nasty combination of things.
Didn't they make it recently so that Sand King can actually hit his ult and cancel it without it ruining the
Yeah.
wind
Yeah,
up?
he can.
That is such a wonderful change. I'm glad they made that. Did they do that for Elder Titan yet? Actually,
I
No.
don't think so. Good
Tragic.
news. Good news for Randy. The hope that you've had in the back of your pocket that somebody
Wow.
would pick their namesake heroes finally come to be.
the
Puck is on Tupac.
prophecy has been fulfilled.
Dire team
It
ban.
has. Finally. Good job, Tupac. I'm rooting for you to win now.
I like how somebody actually drew, like, Tupac, their banner there.
Yeah.
Shoutouts to whatever art fiend did that.
10 seconds
I'm a
remaining.
little sad it's not like old Dota beta Puck where he had like a really ugly face, like a gigantic chin.
I'd like to point out here that Rosh Ryders have knocked out PL and Ursa from the pool.
Radiant team ban.
And Tupac assists with an anti-mage ban. I think we could see a Medusa here on Rosh Ryders.
I still suspect Terrorblade.
Could be a Terrorblade, yeah.
I always expect Terrorblade when there's Witch Doctor around. Just look at the amount of burst they have with Witch Doctor. Terrorblade just
10
makes
seconds
sense.
remaining.
Medusa is, I'd say, some level of endgame security, but between
5
Silencer,
seconds
Puck,
remaining.
Jakiro, and Centaur, they can just lock her down.
Yeah.
This is unfair, but I actually have inside knowledge on how this pick phase ends, I think.
I see. I shall be disappointed then.
Dire team
You shall be disappointed. Rosh Riders don't want to see Medusa after all, actually.
Yep.
After knocking out all the counters, they kind of went, wait a minute, and knocked her out herself. Just certainly not a bad idea by any stretch if they weren't going to pick her. There goes a Void.
No void, yeah.
Only 39 seconds left for Rosh Riders reserve time. I wonder why I'm bringing up that.
Didn't that happen last game? They were talking about an ult chat.
They did random. I think I conflated two stories
5
here.
seconds remaining.
I guess spoilers that I myself was slightly spoiled here. I think I conflated the fact that there was a random with a match
Well,
where
in
they were
that
just running
case,
out of time.
I'd like to speculate that Tupac's last pick might be something more akin to a, I wouldn't say a normally, like, prime pick for Pause 1, like Terrorblade, Dusa, for example.
No, they definitely picked that.
Yeah.
No, Juggernaut. Yeah,
They
that's
did.
a
I
nice
don't
little
think they
team.
ran out of time here like I thought they did. I think they just realized they were running out of time and went, oh crap, and picked something real fast.
Yes.
Yeah, I think Rosh Riders might, not Rosh Riders, Tupac might actually see something close to
10 seconds remaining.
a Dragon Knight, maybe.
Could be. I do think they need a little bit more late power than that with Jug on the field, because if they pick Dragon Knight, they might be in the existential crisis situation where Jug is just their doomsday clock.
Yep.
Jug with Ags and Shard is, frankly, the most scary thing to fight against is any hero who dislikes Disjoint.
Yeah, Juggernaut has a lot to say about that Silencer pick. I think, if nothing else, even if it was quite a panic pick here, the Jug against Silencer, at the very least, is a good matchup for them. Not so much in lane, but in the mid game, for example, he has a
Yeah, I mean,
lot
it's
of
a,
tools to
it's
deal
a
with.
natural manta buyer.
Right.
So, any hero naturally buys that is good against Silencer.
Natural Manta Buyer, and he's got spin to win, and I'm not sure if Global Silence does anything while you're in Omni Slash.
No, it definitely silences through magic immunity. It's just that popping BKB purges it.
Right.
Because you can silence after the BKB, but not before.
Well, what I mean when I'm saying the spin to win is, you know, you drop Global Silence on him, but if he's already spinning to winning, that's not stopping. He's still just spinning, still just winning.
Yep.
And
Then
you
just
can't get
manta
any,
after.
you can't get any response in on him. And I think it doesn't interrupt Omni Slash either. 9. Oh, okay.
You may now
Gyro.
select your heroes.
Now that's a little interesting.
First gyro
Gyrocopter.
legitimate, maybe?
I think so. Gyrocopter goes really well with Puck here, I think.
Yep. Naturally, and Centaur, Jakiro. It's a
Yeah.
generally good synergy with a bunch of people.
It's very interesting. They're kind of taking a more relaxed approach to what they were going with last time, where they still have this really big team fight, this really big get you together and mess you up combination, but they're not leaning quite so heavily on it as they were in the last game, where everybody but Windrunner was just living and dying for it. They definitely got more of a flexible lineup this time. It'll be interesting to see how it goes. Also, Puck is just a frog.
Yeah.
That Silencer's shield still freaks me out a little bit. I don't know what's up with it.
Yeah, like, who is that supposed to be? What's the lore behind this shield?
I mean, even the lore, it's like there was
Why does he
some
look like he's about to sneeze?
yeah, there was some ancient dude, and Silencer was like, oh, he wasn't himself super powerful. He just had a bunch of stuff that made him super powerful, and one of that stuff was his shield.
I like to imagine that it's just like something that he just found in his attic one day, and he just keeps it like hung up in his living room and just talks to it. It's
talks
just like,
to it, but he's
"Please stop
silencer.
talking." No, that's just the point. Nobody ever believes. Just like, this guy, please never get yourself in a room alone with him. He will never shut up.
I like to think more it's like the other way around, like Silencer finds this super artifact or cool
Prepare
power,
for battle.
but the shield's just like,
Oh, that guy looks a little dreadful. I don't like his haircut. You should stay away from him, Norsham. He could be in trouble. Anyway, so did you see what was going on TV last night?
and Silencer's just like, shut up, please shut up, all the time.
Just specifically make sure to get in the way of a bunch of shit next time he's in battle, so it hits the shield.
That's rude. I like it.
Very spiteful, yeah.
You know, a wise philosopher once mused that it would be spiteful to put jellyfish in a trifle.
Yeah.
Marana attempting to build a bridge to cross the river, but unfortunately the construction crew is not on time today, so this one is going to stay fallen.
30 seconds to battle.
Luckily, at the very least, it fell in an exact staircase pattern, and we're going for
A bit of
Jakiro
an
here.
invasion here. Yep.
Once again, this
There
actually
we
happened to
go.
Jakiro last
Stun
game,
combo.
and he is just in jail. Unfortunately, the worst possible person to get it ended up
Not
with the
gonna
kill,
lie, I feel like Centaur may have wanted to tank the arrow for his buddy, but I guess it was kind of risky with
I
the
think he was
coconut
dead if he
play.
did
though.
that.
Right.
I think whoever gets arrowed does.
Right, it's very unfortunate for the Rosh Ryders that old PVC pipe on the Witch Doctor got that, but first blood is better than no blood at all. So there's that at least. Looks like whoever called Tuska mid was actually right on the money there, because we do have Tuska going mid here. Old
There we
Moon
go.
on Tusk.
Tusk is another hero who can more or less go anywhere, but I find that his biggest struggle is in mid against heroes who have much stronger harass. Tusk can only throw 3, maybe 4 spells before he is completely tapped for mana.
Right.
Did you guys see that cool replay glitch with Gyrocopter there? By the way, Silencer on 5 here, Mighty Midget on the Silencer. I've not seen a lot of 4 or higher Silencers in this tournament so far, which is a shame because I
it's
think
just-
4 higher Silencers is always entertaining. Not to say that 5 Silencer
Entertaining,
can't
but
be
it-
entertaining, but
See, Silencer as higher than 3, I would say, kind of requires their opponents to be playing badly in order to be successful.
or just requires really good sync with your team comp here. Oh, looks like Sand King in a
Oh,
little bit
boy.
of trouble here.
Yep.
Mighty
Do
Midget
it.
getting the first kill
Bottom
for his
lane's
team.
got trouble too.
Oh,
Sure does.
tuned in just in time to see Centaur Warrunner go down, but Juggernaut actually go down in response. Only the
Tower
support
damage is
survive.
not
Core
to
for
be
core trade.
underestimated.
I don't often see a core for core trade in lane phase, but there you go.
Yeah, anyone who was looking for it. Oh, they sniped. Two mutual snipes here. Got a big long arrow on Gyrocopter, responded to with a big long range missile.
Yep.
It's Ghoul on Sand King here, which means we got 4 Marana. So if you're ever wondering what Hollywood was playing, I mean, I noticed that with the Rosh Ryders, they don't really tend to have very defined 3 and 4 positions often. It tends to just be both guys kind of play at like a soft, like 3.5 basically.
Right.
Which makes no sense, you know, from the chart, but it does make sense if you consider it, you know, I'm talking roles, not necessarily farm positions here. No, 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 no. Looks like Marana wants to come and maybe get a shot here at pocket mid.
Solero.
Yep, looking for the arrow here. Tusk giving himself a little wobbly last hits. Oh, we missed Witch Doctor getting caught out at bot while we were looking at this, unfortunately.
Yep.
Tusk is here.
This is very much an early game where anybody could die at the drop of a hat.
Buck did not want to catch the arrow. She figured out or he, whatever Buck is. It's not very well defined. Figured out the arrow at the last possible second and just got the hell out of there.
Yep.
Tusk takes out his frustrations on the river by pinging it. Mirana's still not leaving. She's still very insistent that Puck's just going to have to die here, but now it looks like she's
It's giving Puck a bunch of anxiety. He can't really reliably sit out in the open and hope to avoid most of those hits.
Yeah, and Tusk's CS advantage is just growing because she has to stay away from the lane.
Jakiro came for a second, or at least was on the way to try and do something about that perhaps, but turned back to lane. They've now completely taken peace in the fact that Mirana's gone.
Denied.
Tusk wants a high five.
Yeah,
Tallballz will retaliate. I feel like taking a high five from Tusk is a bad idea. Like, I feel like there's a good chance if you do that, you're just gonna go to the moon instantly.
Yeah, if he takes that trait that makes his Wars Punch a random chance.
Yeah, yeah.
I love
Just
that
imagine Tusk like reaches up to like swat a fly at his shoulder, just ends up sending himself flying through his bedroom wall.
trait. Please take this trait. It's funny to me.
It's actually way more evil than like double Moonshard Slaughter endgame because he can just go with a bunch of attack speed.
Hollywood really hunt for the mighty midget here in the jungle, finds nothing, but meanwhile, Witch Doctor actually got caught again down here at bot.
Yep.
Lane phase started out really well for Witch Doctor, but starting to crumble for him a little bit as he's really getting stomped out by the Centaur Jakiro combo down here at bot. Really is not a nice combination. Centaur Warrunner can do a lot of damage to you. Oh my god, I missed another kill! Getting kicked off a TI.
Yeah.
This is a big problem
Goodbye.
this game. Max rotated up to mid here, and the two of them combined took out the Tusk here at mid.
Does he have Ice Path?
Does he have Ice Path to beat
He
Jakiro?
does. Yeah.
Nope.
Oh, I guess not. Okay. How's he getting all his kills on Witch then?
Is under attack.
Well, Centaur has got himself the stomp.
Sure.
My assumption is they're just kind of
Up
gradually putting the. Oh my god.
Mid lane.
It was actually
No,
top, I
what's
think.
happening? Yep. Okay.
Oh, Gyrocopter walking away with just an ounce of HP left. Even now, still has under 50 HP. Oh.
Yeah, what's top lane? Silencer's. Yeah. Maybe dead? He's so low, dude.
Dire's middle tower
So
is
is
under
Gyro.
Oh, the arrow just barely misses, but Silencer still going down. Everybody in this lane, in fact, is really low. Very unfortunate for Mirana that she has no charges of
Oh
lead
boy,
here, but
Tusk is here.
Tusk comes back, gets his heat back on the other mid.
Yep, does indeed.
The Witch Doctor be a little low again, man.
Yep.
Kind of walking right into Jakiro here, who's just really pounding away at him, but Juggernaut showing up.
Oh, that's a lot of
showing his
damage.
boss.
Yep.
Dire's top tower is under
Oh man, even through the wand, Jakiro still goes down. By the way, Silencer,
Tusk-
it seems,
Yeah,
came to
Tusk,
mid.
and
Yeah,
It's
this is a very
Lower
trade for
function.
trade kind of game so far, but Tusk is top in the scoreboard between denies and last hits. He's really cemented himself as having a promising mid to end game.
He's also got himself 2 kills, which isn't bad. On the other hand, only 1 core in this game has well, 2 I guess, because Puck also not doing great for last hits. Tallballz really kind of far behind Tusk here on farm, and
Right.
even notably down a level, though that's about to close. Oh,
Oh,
looking for
boy.
Nico to
Here
be
we go.
jungle here, and
Oh,
just
my
smashing
God.
him to pieces.
that
Oh,
is obscene.
man.
And Silencer goes down without much of a fanfare. How appropriate.
I guess it would be weird if he died with major fanfare.
Next
You know,
level player, I can tell ya.
Puck couldn't decide which rabbit she was going to chase until it was a little too late, and as we all know, anybody who's researched hunting can tell you both how to make a spearman and that if you chase 2 rabbits, you'll lose them both.
Right.
Dire's top tower
And,
is under
you
attack.
know, potters also have power over the clay to determine whether their vessels are made for honor or dishonor, though I'm not really sure why you would make a dishonorable pot, to be honest with you. Ghoul really just took about his full HP bar to tower damage here. Dire's still hanging out in the jungle here.
Stacking up
Trying
camps
to-
for
yeah.
Gyro.
Trying to just do stacks here
Oh
rather than...
no, not
Oh,
again.
history
Gyro!
repeats itself. Oh, the Centaur will get him
Centaur.
away.
Yep.
Yeah, 30 HP gets him out of here.
Yo, don't come back. What are you doing?
Even if he can just drop a little cheeky missile somewhere.
He doesn't have missile up though. All he's got basically. Witch Doctor be screwed, man.
I feel like Jug should be present for this.
Alright, good for Puck.
Yeah, Jug had. Not only does Jug have ult, it's also up. I think him missing out on that might have been a little bit of a bad thing. Fairy Trinket on Radiant there. Fairy Trinket is one of the better tier 1 jungle items you can get for a lot of the heroes in this game. And,
I think it's fine because Gyro died. If Gyro didn't die, then I'd say Jog not being there is bad, but their one is pressured enough that he can just risk, you know, just staying to farm and widening that gap.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Because, you know, if Jug comes top, doesn't really get much accomplished, but Gyro's dead, then he didn't press the advantage he had from Gyro being dead
well,
to
Gyro
widen the
didn't
gap
die.
with him.
Gyro didn't die in that. He
I
got
guess
away.
he didn't die, yeah. He was at like 1 HP. He still wasn't farming.
Right. Still wasn't farming, but I'll be fair enough, or unfair enough to say, you're not going to win the farm race against Gyro anyway, so you might as well just try to get your money off of him, if nothing else.
Dire's top tower is under
It's a matter of debate, certainly, but I think from my money, I do side with the idea of Jug TPing up top, because an Omni would have easily got him 3 kills, and then he could have farmed out some stacks if you want that money, you know?
Oh, sinking.
Desperately
I
wants
told you to
silencer
get him out of
there,
there.
but everybody just kind of is on cooldown there, just couldn't get anything done.
Dire's top tower
Kira's
is
dead,
under
though.
attack. Radiant
Hero's dead.
structures are
Is that,
fortified.
no, that wasn't Omni. Still have not seen Omni used one time this game.
Yep, just waiting for that moment.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Witch Doctor might,
Dire's top
might
tower
go
Maybe
is
a
down
little
for
trouble,
this.
yeah.
Puck is looking funny at him. We looked at it go, got nothing for
The arrow.
It's
it.
dead.
He is leash, he is
A
just
bit
certainly
much to
dead.
drop for just Witch Doctor, don't you think?
Yeah. They also dropping Global Silence, I assume just to get Gyro out of there, because he's pretty low on HP and
Dire's
mana,
middle
but...
tower is under
Oh,
attack.
just barely dodging that arrow. It's gonna be a disappointment for Ollie with
Puck
there.
needs to get right the hell out of there. He's in big trouble. Oh, he's gonna get out.
Yep.
Just barely makes it out of here. Silencer turning around, trying to walk back on him, but he has no mana. Literally the only person on Dire with even, like, a third of his
Radiant's
his mana
bottom
bar. Well,
tower is under
Jakiro just
attack.
got it from something, probably Mangoes. Only guy on Dire there who had any sort of mana was Centaur Warrunner, who himself was not present for that fight.
Morana's
Normally.
PC crashes.
I will say, if they're gonna claim that Murana was lagging, I kind of believe it. There were 2 arrows back there that were really questionable.
I don't think
I
the
don't think
second one was
questionable.
questionable. I think,
He just dodged it pretty well.
yeah, it was dodged.
Gee, that's the key I'm using right now to talk. I mean,
I'd
I'm
say both
technically
were
also
dodged, to be
talking in
honest.
game, but we don't cancel all gas.
Alright, here we go.
It's like immediately popping out with some heat on Moon there. What was that? Oh no. I gotta know what. Oh, he. Oh, is that like a not sarcastic tip?
Guess. Didn't nominate anything. Still up.
Yeah, he didn't have enough mana to do it with the spin.
Silencer gets ganged up on.
We made bet. Alright. I assume there was some sort of pool. I didn't see Juggernaut playing a part in his own bet there, which is weird because he's the one who got
Radiant's
tipped.
bottom tower is under
Yeah.
attack.
Or did he? I don't know. These Dota gambling leagues, I thought we were done with these gambling leagues, guys.
Nah.
But no, we're back in Russia doing commentary for these betting leagues again, it seems.
Yep.
How much money you got riding on this match, Ocelot?
3.
Who the hell took even a $3 bet on a game that's already happened?
Radiant's
Yeah, that's
bottom
true.
tower
It's
is
kinda-
under attack.
I hope for your sake you at least bet on the guy who won, considering you could just look that up.
Oh.
You bet on the losing team, didn't you?
Oh boy,
Well,
here we
speaking
go.
of losing,
Trolled
Radiant might be on the way to
immediately.
lose his team fight. Sand King just got completely knocked out
Oh!
of this fight.
He dropped his ult. It didn't work.
Yep, Silencer got Tiger Uppercut right out of the world. Sand King also just casually knocked out of this fight. Dire splitting up to try and chase here. 2 going after Jakiro, 2 going after Hollywood. Hollywood dodges it.
Ooh, snowball dodge.
Yep. Tough trying to turn around with the... Not turn around necessarily, just trying to dodge with the snowball there. Gets himself the dodge, and Jar has to get back.
Dream Coil is super problematic for Sand King. He just couldn't do anything about it.
Right. You can't ult with that crap on you, it's just not going to go anywhere, so... It's good
He
counterplay.
did
there.
try, but he was silenced by the last word before the animation went off.
Right. Oh, getting dies behind the T1 here. They're just going crazy.
Strong punch.
Dire's
Yep.
middle tower is under attack.
The Rosh Ryders trying to ride the most aggressive game they've played yet, perhaps.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Though, notably, Juggernaut up here, not really one to beef with Centaur. Just beating up some more creeps, trying to free farm here. Again, notably, still not
Dire's
really...
middle tower
You
is
know,
under
Gyrocopter's been stepping out to battle, and he still got more lasts as a Jug. Oh, speaking of Silencer, jeez.
attack. Dire's middle
Once again,
tower
not only did
has
Silencer
fallen.
just die, he died at more or less the exact same spot he went down in the first set of games.
Yeah. It's a shame.
Also notably, even though Juggernaut is second place for last hits, he's actually third for net worth. Centaur Warrunner here in a lot
Is
of
he gonna
trouble.
blow ult for this?
Probably not, no, yeah. But somebody who did was Sand King, who actually dropped Epicenter on Centaur Warrunner alone.
They really wanted to make sure he died. I'm thinking they're trying to make an effort to push. Sorry, he's only gone for another
Yeah.
20 seconds, though. They gotta take this tower now.
Yeah, they do not have too much time.
Dire's structures are
And the glyph is up, of course, as it always is when you need it to not be. There are 3 things that are certain in life, right? Death, taxes, and the enemy having glyph whenever you really need to make a quick push.
Yeah, of course.
Juggernaut getting really beat up by the tower here. Almost
Fun.
died at tower damage alone. Oh my god, Jakiro. Centaur Warrunner sees it.
Oh,
He's gonna eat
no.
him. He's gonna eat him for breakfast. Down goes Juggernaut. And now comes the real retribution. Sand King
Witch Doctor's
goes
ult's
eat
allowed
it.
to run. Oh,
Centaur's dead, yep.
what a misplay. Holy crap.
My Jug griefing.
Oh boy.
Witch Doctor's ult did go up there. Witch Doctor's ult did go off, but it went to absolutely no success. All it got was Jakiro, I'm pretty sure. And all of Radiant just folded like a house
they
of
just
cards
get-
there. Just
Get
collapsed.
driven out of that push.
I really do feel that trying to push back door was not the play to make and stick around until Jug's at 10% health. That is...
Yeah, the real issue there was Chug just letting himself get eaten by the tower for no reason.
I mean, to quote, that was questionable at the best.
my Chug is trolling.
I
Or
say he's
sorry,
griefing.
my Jug griefing. Had to get my line right.
Take us.
Looks like we got a little bit more of a, they're trying to come back, trying to make good on that last play here. Juggernaut coming in, getting a free one on. Centaur just trying to bait out the Juggernaut spin, but does not successfully get it. He has to walk away. But
Puck goes in
is
too
no,
far.
trouble.
Puck.
Gyrocopter could not be found for comment.
I don't blame him. I would want no part of that myself, especially with no
Yeah.
mana.
And no,
Jeez.
what is that? Flat Cannon, I think it's called? No, that's his E. What is that?
Yeah.
Rocket
Yeah,
Barrage?
no Rocket Barrage to speak of.
It's a farming build.
Yeah, they are playing the super long game on Gyrocopter. They're thinking of like a 50-minute plus game here, clearly.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
He's not even leveling his Q from his level. He's just putting in stats, isn't he?
Yep.
Yeah, he sure is.
That seems a little risky.
It sure is.
Big farming build.
Like I said, they really aren't expecting this game to go any shorter than like an hour, basically.
Radiant's bottom tower
Notably,
is under
even
attack.
with this ultimate farming build, they're not actually doing.
Ooh,
much
drop
better.
the ult. It's gonna do a lot of
Oh my
damage.
God.
Middle tower is under
Centaur
Centaur
goes
comes
in,
in,
maybe
but-
not the. Oh, denied by
man,
the arrow!
what an arrow! What an arrow by
That
Hollywood
was
here.
the Dota equivalent of a clothesline. Oh.
But they're not
But
going to
he's still
take
gonna
him. They're
get
not
away
going
with
to
it.
chase. What are they afraid of? They must be
I'd
really
say Gyro,
overestimating
but I don't
Gyro.
buy it.
are scanning.
They must be fearing a puck buyback.
Could be. But even then,
Or
Puck would
Silencer
still need a-
respawning at a bad time.
Puck would certainly need a long time to come back there. Very strange. Very strange play call there by Rosh Ryders. I do not know what that retreat was all about.
They might be feeling a little bit skittish since that
Didn't
last
retreat
play to
necessarily,
tower.
They just decided not to dive.
They are at least going to do something with this time, though. But is it now the time to do it? Actually, because the entirety of the team is up and...
They're smoked.
No, I don't know. Yeah, no, they're
They're
coming.
charging in.
I think it will be a little too late.
Yeah, I don't know if they know where
Silencer
where they are.
and Centaur don't have their ults. They don't have the ability to
Yeah, they just
completely
smoked
engage
in to get the
disengage.
vision in the outpost.
Yeah. This goes by unchallenged.
I will not forget this.
I want to make some more concerted efforts here. Looks like Rosh Ryders have sort of identified by this point what Tupac's trying to do, and they're trying to just be as aggressive as possible with these objectives. Just take as many towers as quickly as possible. Just deny Gyro the chance.
Oh, right into the arrow. Are they going to capitalize?
Dire's
No.
middle tower
No,
is
just
under
pushing the
attack.
tower instead of
Radiant's
risking
structures
diving.
are fortified.
They keep prioritizing towers, and they should. I mean, it's one of the big objectives here, but
Oh, cool.
they can't allow these people to stay alive in fights because this happens.
Right, big dream coil there. Gyrocopter just going down. Or not Gyrocopter, Witchdoctor going down to Gyro rather, and Radiant just lost
Jug
2
is
for nothing.
gonna
Jug's
die.
Age is about to get popped as well. Tusk tries to sacrifice himself to make the save, but no, he really
He just
doesn't get
blew
anything
up
of
Gyro.
himself.
That
He did
actually
blow
is
up
pretty big.
Gyro.
But that was a
Done.
dominating streak to Silencer.
That's 5 silencers, so it could be worse, but
Yeah, he did get quite a bit of int from that.
blowing up
If
Gyro
nothing
is
else.
at least something.
Right. If nothing else, Murano will never
Radiant's
bow,
middle
so,
tower is under
Centaur?
attack.
Centaur.
And that return damage.
Radiant's
Right.
middle tower has fallen.
Doesn't want to return and damage the tower, he just wants to, I guess, passively farm there. He's also
You know, I hate
Really
to
good
say it, but
funny-
I feel
funny
like
version of killing the tower.
I feel like Radiant has one perennial issue here. They don't have a tanky enough frontliner to deal with something like Centaur.
Yep. The notably, Tusk is going all in on damage items, and so is Sanking. He's just going in on his initiate. He is getting a Lotus Orb, but I don't know. I kind of question what exactly Lotus Orb is going to do here. Like that's what last word,
Radiant's
and
bottom tower is under
I
attack.
think that's actually it. I
Only
think that's
missile.
Oh, missile. Okay. Well, Gyro's barely even using missiles. That doesn't accomplish that much.
Chikiro popped like a tomato.
Yep. I
And
think maybe they
double
got a little confident there after the after that last fight. Tried to do a little too much too soon. We got both smoke and vanish here. Gyrocopter
Yep.
is suddenly terrified.
the smoke plus vanish looks weird, but it's actually because
Oh
you can
no, Juggernaut blew the fact that the Murano ulted.
yeah,
he-
see
Hmm.
if you smoke plus vanish, you can see when the smoke pops, but still not decide to go in at that moment if they don't have
Right.
detection.
Oh, that was a big shame. If only Juggernaut had not been by the enemy lane when that happened, that would have definitely been a kill on Gyro. But he saw Jug disappearing because of the vanish, and knew it was about to come.
Oh.
Witch Doctor just had like the most 600 IQ Maledict on Puck. I'm surprised it didn't hit. Global Silence, the second the Witch Doctor ult starts. They're dropping everything on Mirana, but she's doing everything in her power to stay alive. She has a mechanism. Witch Doctor just casually going down. Buying back though, he wants another shot at this. Omni/Shout, Gyrocopter just eats it. Everybody's just eating it. Big Sand King ult. Not Witch Doctor, Jakiro and Centaur Warrunner just going dead real fast. Puck desperately
Puck's
trying
down,
to escape.
Jakiro is running for his life, but he's under Earnin. Witch Doctor takes his
5-0.
5-0. Dire has no buyback. Radiant's got a lot of time to make objectives here. They are going right for that T3. Well, they're splitting for the T2 and 3 here, which I do think is the right move. Holy crap, another huge team fight from Rosh Ryders here.
Yep.
Quite a step forward from that misplay earlier. This is the time to take action. They don't have long before they all respawn, and they may not have ults, but it's not going to stay that way for more than a little while.
Once again, if there is one constant in the game of Dota, it's that the other team's glyph is always up when you really don't want it to be. Looks like they're being really aggressive there, though. Oh man, Silencer!
Vanishes there.
They get the T3. Gyrocopter's back, but Gyrocopter's already lost half his HP. Juggernaut running for him, but he can't quite get him. Centaur Warner taking out guys on his back line. Juggernaut has to turn around to deal with it.
Jakiro is melted like a stick of butter in a microwave. Oh!
That's Witch Doctor's buyback.
Oh, the gyro damage.
Yep. Gyro got himself some...
That cannon just obliterates them.
Yeah, the Gyrocopter got some very lucky crits there, and that Brigand's Blade definitely didn't hurt.
As well.
Yep. Oh, man. That turned around very quickly, very poorly for the Radiant there. I think that was a very strong sign that without their ults here, not winning fights here. And that's bad, you know, you just sped the hell out of Gyrocopter's farm, he just got a triple.
Yep, and his Ags is already up, which super won that fight for them.
Right, right. Oh man, that payment has been made to Chuck's account. That combination of events there was really just not what the Rosh Ryders wanted to see. The Gyro is going to be up in 50 minutes. Well, he was going to be up in 50 minutes. Now he's going to be up pretty soon. I think continuing to stick around, trying to go past for kills after the T3 went down might have been just a bit too much greed on their part. Centaur Warrunner gets a pipe, which means Sand King is now almost out of the gang, basically. If Centaur's pipe comes up the right time, that basically just completely inerts the ult.
Got it.
There, yeah, but he's got still got stuns, so there's at least that.
That's true. Still, at this point, he's just kind of stuns. Fortunate for him. There's also a couple of other interesting magic damage that gets inerted. Nothing too much. It's basically all for the Sand King ult, but still, that's certainly something to build an item for.
So 5-minute smoke. Uh-oh.
Juggernaut.
Oh boy.
Juggernaut. Silenced immediately.
Silenced.
Global silenced, in fact. Dream coiled.
He just asked to eat it.
Not the place to be.
That is the main
place
one
to
to find for a 5-man smoke.
Right. Guy was in the wrong part of town, the wrong time. Good smoke gank.
It's a shame too, because Jug is getting pretty far in his farm, and that's going to set him back, not by a tremendous amount, but enough to keep him from finishing his Ags in a really good time frame.
Oh, Gyrocopter using that BKB to good effect. Barely gets out of here alive.
Really just gets insta-melted by the tusk again.
Nope, nope, just barely gets
really pushing his luck.
He can throw skills from pretty far.
The Yules there saved Sand King for sure, but he did not be safe for long.
Witch Doctor's next. Are they going to let him run? No, they want his blood.
He is, Puck just went to space. Shoutouts to Puck, who is currently on the moon.
You know, it's
Mike
funny.
Tyson.
I'm on the moon, and he did not, in fact, actually land. You see, I stuck out my hand, and he did high-five me. It was just sort of like passing high-five. He's currently on his way to Pluto.
Oh, jeez. If Pluto's not a planet anymore, this is even worse news. Soon Pluto's not going to be anything. It's just going to be a hole where a planetoid once was. Radiant once again trying to turn around, get some objective damage done, but notably they really aren't able to get too much knocked down here.
Oh!
Ah, last second mantle for Jug there. But Jakiro,
Oh, he's gonna blow up. Yep. What does Tusk have? How hard is this man hitting? Oh, is the Crystallis really necessary? I feel like he could have gone for something better than that.
I feel like the Crystallis is what's getting in these one-shots, so I would say yes, probably.
I still say Armlet's a better
1 second
choice.
The 1 second Jug ult there on Puck just got completely dismantled.
Jaro's behind enemy lines. He's got a double damage and an invis. Ooh, this man's scary. He's got a plan. He wants something to happen right here.
Yeah, Decode has 2 runes on him, 2 very lucky runes to find. But
He doesn't have long left, though. If he's going to make something happen, he has to go in now and hope that his team follows up with what they have.
Yep.
He doesn't need much. He's still got 10 seconds on that double damage. He's got to make something happen if he is. No, he's going to wait it out. That's not good.
Yeah, he just did not have an opportunity to go in there. Puck was only up when it was just a little too late, and nobody else could really go with him. Uh-oh. No, they didn't want Puck. Puck is small cheese.
Oh no! Oh, he's gonna get the Witch Doctor though. Oh.
Yep, he is gonna get the
Puck
Witch
gonna be able to
Doctor.
mop up. No, he wants none of this. Centaur goes in. He's crazy. Sand King's got his ult going. It went out. Here comes damage.
Yep, the pipe took up quite a bit of that, but Centaur's still reeling from all this damage
Tusk
coming
is
all
dead.
over the place.
Centaur!
Oh my lord.
Centaur barely got Jug right before he went down, and as a result, all of Radiant just falls to pieces.
That
double edge was some heinous damage.
Murata rage quit. Look at that comment. Mac 4 Ropire, dude.
was a good macro.
I think,
The only survivor would have been Jug, but I feel like there was a bit of a misplay there yet again.
I don't think that was even a misplay on his part. I think that was just really good for Centaur. I think he just really had
Take me a spin over to his abilities here and humor me. Nope, never mind.
That's what killed the Jug. That
Yeah.
double-edged strength damage.
Yep.
Just sent Jug to the Shadow Realm.
For a moment there, I thought he took the armor trait because of Jug, but no, he took the offensive option. It paid off.
He sure did. So again, I would say that's definitely more to Centaur's
My
credit
mistake.
than Jug's discredit.
Whew.
There we go. Are you guys G? We're all G's here. I'm an OG, not the team.
OG ATF.
Well, I'm an OG. Randy's an OJ, and I don't mean Simpson either. I mean he's orange juice. Never heard of that team, but thousands of Americans, maybe hundreds of thousands of Americans, have OJ every morning for breakfast.
Glad to hear.
And some, like Steve and Marie, have OJ and like coffee or something at the same time. Steve 1989 MRE info. Shoutouts to shoutouts to Steve.
Shoutouts to him. I bet he's watching.
Yeah, so somewhere out there, he's just watching some the Learn Dota 2 League cast, and he just
Cloak
said,
of Flames could be a really nice item for Centaur.
Yep.
Sure can. It does stack with Radiant, so if he's picking one up later, it's a lot of damage to go out there. But he's keeping the Blast Rig for now.
Blast Rig makes sense. But, actually, hey, another person who could really use that Cloak of Flames might be
Puck?
Jakiro. Puck, Jakiro, Gyrocopter, I think, can use it well too, but he's probably got something better like Quicksilver.
The two
Paladins.
5-man smokes are just gonna
Oh,
run into each
that'll
other.
do it.
Oh, into the Rosh pit.
Oh, they
They
see
see
it.
the sandstorm.
They didn't ward in time. This is this is a mess.
Oh
Puck
yeah.
didn't go in though. Global Silence comes out.
No, Puck's playing it smart. He's staying in the back.
Juggernaut is just gonna completely eat it, but
Oh.
Tusk barely saves him. Sand King gets a big ult out, but with the pipe up to no avail, Centaur didn't even have to pick up pipe. It was just that magic resistance aura. Rana wants
they
to
gonna
come
fight
back and
back?
pick off the side.
Are they gonna try and snipe this? No. Come on, something's gonna happen here. You can't let them take this. They're winning. Okay, they at least get Silencer, but maybe too little, too late. Jug's gonna actually bite it this time.
No, he's again.
Oh,
he's
the
just
Manta
barely
dodge.
Just an escape artist right now.
Is under attack.
One of the biggest things about the Gyrocopter Rex, you can see it in play there to a degree, is both Mirana and Witch Doctor caught out here. I think they both might die. There goes Witch Doctor. And there goes Mirana for the dieback, mind you.
Has fallen.
Jakiro gets eaten in response, but might not be worth it if both of these guys go down.
Oh, what a
Oh
tragedy.
boy.
Omni Slash comes out, knocks out the Aegis. Jug is
Jug's trying to
just out.
TP. Oh.
Barely makes it. Barely makes it.
So they've
Very
nullified.
Tusk manages to avoid death by a slim margin by teleporting out.
They nullified the Aegis disadvantage before they could even push anything. That's good for them.
Yep. They did lose some folks, including they lost a dieback there, but Ultimate
Question on
cover
this:
with it.
has Jug acquired a shard?
no shard for Jug yet. He is not in
He's
unit.
close to Ags. He's really close. I feel like since he's that close, he should just sell his Wraith Band and be done with it.
Right, he doesn't look like he's looking at Ags though.
Oh, speaking of
There
Quicksilver,
he is. He has the little the Ogrex.
Oh yeah, okay. I didn't see the staff in his inventory there. Jug got himself a cloak of flames of his own, actually.
oh, that's scary.
Pick up that eggs. There we
Kind
go.
of, scary though. He's about to be pretty scared here in a second here.
Oh,
Gyrocopter just finished Satanic right at the start of this fight. Literally the perfect timing. BKB up. Lotus Orb on Sand King does nothing at all. Tusk just has to cut him off. Satanic is online for Gyrocopter. That's big.
Yep.
With a setup like Gyrocopter has had, they definitely have let him get a few too many kills unchecked in these fights here. Juggernaut just casually walking up to this. I do think he's going to get away with it, but being very casual about this. Clearly not taking
Between
the,
Silencer, Jakiro, and heck, even Centaur, I don't think Witch Doctor's gonna get another good ult off this game.
Right. Yeah, Witch Doctor is almost just knocked out here. In fact, he is literally dead, but as far as game presence, he's buying back.
It's like I
Teleporting
told
right
you at
back
the
in.
start, Witch Doctor is passively countered by a good roster. But, I don't feel like he's completely out of the woods here yet. His Coconut can still really win a fight for them, but he just needs to pick a time and place, and they gotta make it work.
Why is a magic wand just sitting in the middle of the lane?
You know? Oh, Jug's going for the
Big
kill.
arrow. Centaur Warmer is
Oh,
stunned
no.
for an hour, but no damage done to him with the
God,
time.
Centaur's tanky.
Yeah, between the heart and the pipe, he is hard to kill. Gyrocopter in a bit of trouble. Pops Satanic, but that's not actually enough to save him from Tusk. Centaur
okay.
Warrunner has all the HP in the world, but that will not save him. He's still going down. Silencer is, Silencer and Puck trying to make a valiant effort to keep things going here, even with Gyro being gone. Witch Doctor, another dieback for Witch Doctor. Tusk in big trouble, silenced and dead. Everybody on the radio is
buyback,
gone.
but this might be it.
Holy
We're
crap.
now facing a 10k advantage, and they're back. Yeah, they have no buyback. They're
I think,
short on men. They're low HP, but the only buyback they have access to is Tusk, and he might one-shot Puck, but what's that going to do?
Right.
Is under attack.
I think one key thing here is that unlike they actually counter-glyph just to keep this wave alive. Unlike Radiant Straight, which is really all about their position one, really all about Lambert. I think and Princess is there. And Princess is a good player, but usually is more of like a, a fair hand in the fights. Very rarely will you see the team built around Princess. I think in this case, I think there might have been a. And to be
Right, I was
fair,
going for
I
a
did also.
cheeky arrow.
Yeah.
Radiant's middle barracks
Ooh,
are under
just
attack.
barely everyone
Ooh.
clears just in time. I think they might
Not
have.
Shakiro. Oh.
Oh, might have
Was that the
underestimated.
random punch too?
Dire's bottom
I
tower.
think he has
He's not
kick.
25 yet.
Okay, no, he's
No.
not a kick.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
Oh no! Oh no! The barracks!
Oh.
Oh no!
Has fallen.
That is not what you needed to have happen. Oh.
My bad, ping. To signify there's nothing left there. Wow, that just made that go from kind of a stalemate to decidedly worth it for the Dire. Very unfortunate. As I was saying there, Princess tends to be more of a, like, is still in support of Lambert. It's still playing a more active part. It's kind of the leader of the bunch besides, but mostly playing an active support for Lambert in either case. Whereas in this game, Tallballz, in contrast, the team really so far has been all about Tallballz, rather than Gyrocopter being the focus, Deco being the focus as he usually is. This time he was really more just an insurance policy, and it's Tallballz who's really taking it out on them.
Yep.
Puck just going to town. It's an interesting little difference in the two teams' philosophies there, even if they do have a similar play style. That old Tallballz tends to be a little bit more aggressive, a little bit more active, a little bit more sort of, you know, trying to make themselves the big threat than Princess tends to do. Princess actually tends to play so subtle sometimes that in the last set of matches we did not really call much of what Princess actually did, even though they were present in practically every fight. Just because, you know, how many times can you call, oh, there goes out the ghost, here comes the Yules, you know, that sort of thing. Which isn't bad. It certainly was an effective strategy. It worked. It's just, you know, not quite as flamboyant per se. As,
No, I gotta say, I feel that Shakiro going for a butterfly at this stage isn't the best idea. I feel like he needs to finalize his
Sure,
make that
butterfly,
Chrysalis. I feel like he needs to make that Chrysalis straight up into his Daedalus already and go for a Moonshard, actually.
Yeah, I'm not gonna worry. You really worried me when you said Jakiro Butterfly.
No, Gyro, not Shakiro.
Yeah, yeah. Jakiro Butterfly has lost his mind. I can see where the Gyro Butterfly is coming from. He's getting that butterfly for one reason. Omni Slash.
Radiant's top tower.
Honestly, if you're gonna deal with something that nasty and you're gonna go for an Agi item, forget the butterfly. Get an E-Blade. You can double up with your missile too if they're running.
Yeah, but he still has not really got any levels of missiles actually, so.
Has fallen.
I don't
Heck,
think that-
even Rocket Barrage. If you're gonna deal with that, just E-Blade yourself. Rocket Barrage Jug down when he comes out. He can't do anything to you.
Could. I do think in the case that he's not running homing, I would. It's soft. I could definitely see the argument for either, but I think I would side Butterfly over E-Blade if you don't have any missile points, basically.
Oh no, Penta Edge.
Penta.
I don't think that Gyro wants to hold on to that, but I know someone who does want that, and that's Centaur.
He's keeping that Witchbane right now, though.
Is that really a good option for him, considering most of the enemy team? It's good for killing, like, Witch Doctor, and that's
Purge
it.
Marana arrow stuns. I think.
Yeah, you can.
So that's good generally.
Does Maledict purge? It's been too long.
No,
since
I don't
purged
think so.
before. Okay. Well, in that
It'd be
case,
cool
it's
if it did.
pretty much just the Marana arrow then, which isn't a bad idea.
You know, I almost feel like Maledict should be treated like Witch Doctor's ult more than his actual R. Like, Death Ward is such an unreliable skill towards the late game where most enemy comps can just completely prevent you from using it, if ever. Where getting a good Maledict out it has more purpose than Death
Right.
Ward, I find.
Got a leveler out on the
Ooh.
Radiant.
That is a scary item for a Juggernaut to have. If he gets AC, that might be your base.
Yep.
The number of games I've seen end the minute that Leveler drops into Luna's hands is ridiculous.
Poor Gyrocopter, that butterfly he only picked up a minute ago is already basically inert because Jug is going right for MKB.
Like I said, it should have just been a straight
boy.
E-Blade. Oh.
I don't think E-Blade would have done him any good, to be honest with you. Everybody
all
just
just
smashed to
evaporate.
pieces. Radiant just completely aided to the team fight out there. And we got a big Sand King ult that really accomplishes nothing. Gyrocopter just completely eats it with his face. He's pretty tanky, and he had a magic resistance around. And Sand King's bought back. Witch Doctor's down. Sand King's bought back, but I don't know what he can do at this juncture. I think it's kind of it for the Rosh Ryders here. Yep, they're going right for that T4.
Radiant's middle tower
Yeah, the gyro definitely started rough, but I do think there came a point where even though the gyro setup wasn't working out for him so much for farm, he was able to just snipe so many kills in the backline, get so much net worth that the strategy ended up playing out there. They're just glyphing in vain here. No way they're getting this in the next, or no way this thing is standing up till Witch Doctor gets back. And yep, there it goes. Big win for Tupac here. After what happened to them last game, this has to be real satisfying for them.
What a game.
Taking a look at the scoreboard here. I will say, I think one definitive thing here, the Witch Doctor pick did not, you know, as you predicted earlier, certainly did not go too well for them. I think picking him the first phase there might not have been the play for them.
The more time that you allow the enemy team to draft up passive counters to Witch Doctor, the less effective he's going to be. Witch Doctor has to be dropped 3rd to 5th.
Right.
And it can't be any other position. If you pick him first, you are never going to get that death ward off.
Which is tough.
Let me read off to you every single way each of these heroes on the enemy team counters Witch Doctor. Silencer in everything he does. Puck in everything he does. Centaur's Q and R can let you get away from Death Ward, Coconut,
and he doesn't
everything.
care about it anyway, because, you know.
Yeah. And then there's Shakiro's
actually,
Ice Path.
hold on. Actually, Centaur Warrunner can almost make Death Ward more your problem than his by using his passive.
No, Death Ward doesn't apply damage to Witch
Okay.
Doctor. No, it's a ward. It doesn't attack him.
Sure, yeah.
But yeah, point being that Gyrocopter is the biggest counter to him because he can passively attack Witch Doctor if he's visible. That missile's going to get him anyway in every fight if he's going for that Death Ward. It is not going to miss him. If by some contrivance Silencer dies before he ults, Puck misses him with Dream Coil and Silence, Centaur doesn't catch him at a stun or make his entire team run away from the Death Ward, and Jakiro misses Ice Path, that missile's going to hit Witch Doctor in the face every fight.
Yeah, it's kind of a tough hero to pick, Witch Doctor, in general, because the thing with Witch Doctor is that he's not really worth, like, it's very rare, even in the most ideal of circumstances, that Death Ward comes in so much handy for you that it's worth picking him in the later rounds, but if you don't, he's just going to get countered down anyway. He is a great hero to make every fight sort of a question mark and put some focus on him, but if you were already ready to put focus on him, then he really does not add much to your team, and unfortunately for Rosh Ryders, it's kind of what happened for him there.
Oh, absolutely. I find that the best way to play Witch Doctor is as a hyper-aggressive ganker. You have to be non-stop pressuring the enemy pause 1. It is your job to smoke on your own if you have to, out of nowhere. Like, even if you've just suddenly backed off into the jungle, make it look like it was nothing, smoke TP top, jump the guy in his safe lane.
To the guy's
They're not
credit,
going to see it coming.
To the guy's credit, he was doing that to a degree early on in the game, but it didn't end up mattering too much as Decode was just allowed to get too much after the first 10-20.
I gotta say, I do find it kind of depressing, though, that a Witch Doctor with Urn of Shadows did not end up matching the amount, didn't much pass the amount of healing on Mirana with a pair of Greaves did.
Right, yeah. He just wasn't able to be in many fights for very long. He was just getting picked really early, really quick.
This is why I say that an item that really serves Witch Doctor very, very well and keeps him alive, it's kind of passed on, and I don't know why that is, but a rushed Aeon Disc is never a bad choice for Witch Doctor.
Right, it's not a bad idea because you're losing death. You're losing much.
Because here's the thing: if you don't have the ability to get your Death Ward off and to keep it channeled, there's one thing you can do. It might not be immediate damage, but throwing out a last-minute "I curse you" with Maledict and a Coconut. If you're dead, fine, you're dead. But if the entire team gets Maledicted and is getting stunned back-to-back from it, you did your job.
I also think a Spirit Vessel would have done them some good here, because that hard on Centaur was that Satanic. They had a lot of things that were just, you know, the Spirit Vessel does fairly well against.
more importantly, I feel like that leveler on Jug could have been a much bigger game changer, but it didn't end up coming into play
Yeah, he
simply
didn't
because
get it in time.
Jug was not farmed enough, nor was he ready to face at least two people on that team alone. He could probably take someone wimpy like Jakira. Jakira died in like every fight, but it really didn't matter because Gyro got big, really big, and Centaur was way, way too durable to take down on their own.
They put the chips on Gyrocopter getting, playing the long game. The long game did come for them. Kind of looked like it might not for a while, but Tallballz did a fantastic job in keeping Tupac on the map. Really puts it into their name, right?
But I feel like an item they could have gone for that probably would have helped against Silencer quite a bit. It sounds really strange to build on a number of heroes in that team, but I think Murata could have honestly skipped Guardian Grease for a little while and built a Yules for herself on the side.
Could have. The thing I was going to point out was the Lotus Orb. I did not think that's probably worth
Well,
it
purges global.
Purges global.
Yeah, it does purge global silence, but they have what, maybe 3 single target spells in that team?
Right.
They've got Silencer's E, they've got, I think it reflects Double Edge, and then you've got Missile, and I think that's it.
Yeah, the biggest problem with Lotus Orb as a counter to Global Silence is that, okay, so you put Lotus Orb on you, and then Silencer hits E on you, and then, yeah, sure, he's silenced too, but what does he care? He already got all his stuff out, you know?
Yeah,
it affects you a lot more than it affects him. And,
speaking of getting his stuff out, Silencer, I think in several fights, I want to say, had nearly 3 to 4 stacks of Arcane Curse out at any given point.
Right. He was doing quite a lot of damage with Arcane Curse. He got quite a bit of int stolen, and he got that Aeon Disc a fairly good time, which certainly did a lot of good for him. He was just able to consistently ult. Pretty much every team fight had a Silencer ult in it, and a lot of that was because of the Aeon Disc. Even when it wasn't itself popped, it just meant that, oh, we can't go in on him. So
I'd like to illustrate again on a topic I brought up earlier, where I feel like because Jug is going to build, like, he's going to build an MKB trying to counteract a Butterfly. He never ended up finishing it, but I still feel that in most cases on Gyrocopter, because of his hybrid damage capability, you are required to build E-Blade on him. Because
definitely would have gone. I don't think E-Blade on him's that good.
I have to very strongly disagree with you. E-Blade is the other half of his kit's benefit. He gets a huge boost to his agility. You can E-Blade someone, and they are forced to sit there, slow, massively weak to magic. Gyro falls up with his other 3 abilities other than Flat Cannon. What do? You melt. You die.
Well, that's the thing.
It's a one-target kill.
You got too much ability to deal with it. You know, if it's in a vacuum, if it's a 1v1, if you're a Gyrocopter and you're facing down, one of the 5 guys alone, E-Blade is fantastic for you. But the problem is, E-Blade, it takes quite a while to cool down. And if you got more than one priority target in a fight, it really isn't doing anything for you. Whereas if you get Butterfly, you're mulching 5 guys. You're not mulching 1, You get that Butterfly up, you hit E, everybody's going down. And in this game, I would say certainly, because Juggernaut never really got to the point where he was able to stand up to him alone. If Juggernaut was, ironically, if Juggernaut was doing a lot better here, if his early game didn't go quite so poorly on him, then that would be a great purchase. But this was basically 5 targets of equal value, and to that end, I think the Butterfly definitely has the edge there. Anyway, that's about what we got for this week. Anything else this game this week, this series this week? 1-1 here, another 1-1 game, which is already one more 1-1 than last week. Any closing comments here?
Not for me.
Nothing really.
All right. Well, one thing I will say, Hollywood has been telling me about this show he's been doing on Tuesdays, where he's trying to put together sort of compilations of the largest plays of the week and the biggest fails of the week. Hopefully, we'll see that clip of Sven jumping right in front of the punch hook there, or something like that. Yeah. He's been telling me about that, so check out Hollywood's YouTube channel. I'll try to get a link from him for the description because he hasn't actually linked it to me himself. Check that out every Tuesday. If you or somebody you know would like to learn Dota 2 on a casual or more competitive level, go to ld2l.gg. It's a little too late to sign up for any tournaments yourself, but you still have more than enough time to sign up as a stand-in or sign up for the next season, which will be in a while, so you will be waiting. And with that being said, also give us some sage wisdom.
E-Blade is the definitive choice over Butterfly on Gyrocopter.
No!